In this video, we'll take a look at the various forms of transition between inverts that land and take off in sequence. Perhaps the most common is a transition you don't always hear by name called redirect. It's the default transition found when connecting hyperlandings to pretty much cheat anything. A redirect is created when you land in sequence 1 foot at a time, then take off in the opposite sequence after a quick adjustment to your position. So landing a cartwheel is right leg first, followed by left, then a quick step turns to outside stance to begin a Gumby by kicking up the left leg first, followed by the right. Reversing these two techniques is also a redirect, and notice how the Gumby lands backside, but a quick step is used to turn around to face frontside to begin the cartwheel. A redirect without touching the second leg is a singular transition called carry-through. Sometimes when performing a redirect, you'll reverse your direction instead of changing your position. This creates a transition called reversal, and it's also what happens when a swing-through touches the leg by accident. For a reversal transition, you're looking at the same sequences of landing and takeoff, where the order is reversed, only there is no adjustment made to position in between. So touchdown raise lands left then right, and in this case the butterfly, which begins from right then left, is added to change direction. In the next example, notice how the touchdown raise lands backside, and the slant gainer also begins from this position without pivoting or turning anywhere while grounded. If you can perform a reversal without touching the second leg to the ground at all, it becomes a swing-through. A very popular sequential transition is called Vanish, where the landing and takeoff occur in the same sequence. These can sometimes be harder to catch since the Vanish is generally a pretty quick transition. Think of Vanish as the opposite of a reversal. There is a landing in sequence, followed by a takeoff in the same sequence, and no change in position occurs during the transition. So here we see a scoot landing complete on the left leg, followed by the right, and the Vanish transition enters into a cheat master takeoff, starting with the left and followed by the right. In this example, you can see a hyper-landing Makako setup entering into a Vanish gainer or riser. Notice how the landing position of the Makako matches the takeoff position without needing to turn around to perform the Vanish transition. Like all transitions, Vanish can be performed from other landing types and with forward rotations as well. If Vanish is the opposite of reversal, then a change in position or additional steps in between creates a return stance Vanish, which is sometimes called wrap transition. This is the opposite of a redirect, where the landing sequence matches the takeoff sequence and there is once again a change in position on the ground. Using a scoot once more, we start with a complete landing in the order of left, right. Then a step to return stance Vanish into a compasso, which begins left leg first. Here, a butterfly lands hyper, and before a cartwheel can be added on the same line, there is a quick pivot to reach frontside. Performing this same adjustment but using a jump to connect via singular takeoff creates a transition called skip. Now that you know how to tell the difference between the sequential transitions, see if you can pick out which is which in these examples. Sometimes you may have to pause a clip and pull it back, then pay closer attention to the orders of landing and takeoff, but over time you'll get good at it. With your new understanding, you can have fun building unique combinations using your favorite invert tricks.